Hello everyone and welcome to our second SketchUp tutorial. Right, for this video we're going to cover like the next part of the toolbar, which is this part over here, right? So what we have here is a typical squares and triangle, just so that we can practice these functions over here. So if you look at here, this first one is we have move. So obviously the tool moves is technically to move things around, okay, but you can actually move things specifically. For example, if you click on the planes over here and then you move the plane, it will move the plane. But if you click on one specific line, right, for example this particular edge, you can actually move just that thing, right, and then it becomes something like this. Okay, and you can also move it upwards. So if you move it upwards, obviously the plane will be a diagonal. Okay, so that's the functions of move. Next we have what we call push or pull, or push and pull, right? Is actually to create a volume from any plane. Then from a single 2D flat plane, you can actually have a 3D dimension, like three-dimensional block or something, and you can actually do on every surface that you wish, as long as it is a straight surface, right? If you have a curve, it's not gonna work, okay? And it will always push or pull on the direction of the edge, like for the direction of the line. For example, this one goes up and down, right? And if you push this surface, it's gonna go like that, okay? And if you push this surface, it's gonna go like that. So it's always following or perpendicular to the line that you have. So that's push and pull, right? Next we have rotation. So it's basically to rotate a particular subject, okay? So right now we're clicking on this maybe we can work on the square or on the rectangle because it's easier. So if you click on this plane and then we want to rotate them, so you just have your first click and that will set where you want to rotate it, and it will rotate accordingly. Now if you notice, if you notice, we just click the plane and we're just rotating the plane, right, and it will affect the entire piece of rectangle or cuboid, right? So how are you gonna rotate the whole thing? You have to select the whole thing, right, and then you will rotate the whole thing. So it actually depends on what selection that you have, which object that you select, and that will eventually rotate itself. Alright, if you just click, for example, you click on a line and then you want to rotate it, the only thing that will be rotated is the lines, and it will create that kind of form. Okay, yes, so that's rotation. Next we have follow me. Now follow me function is when you want to have one particular shapes following any type of line. Like for example, if we have this line, okay, and I want this particular space or particular plane to follow this line, you can actually use this function. Click on the surface, just click and actually drag, and you follow the line that you want it to follow, and it will create that kind of form, right? Oh, actually the lines went downward, so you have that kind of form. So that is the functions of follow me, right? Sometimes we use circle to actually do that. For example, if we have a line that goes upwards and then this way and that ways and that ways, and then you can use follow me function and just make that cylinder goes according to the line. Right now maybe we can try the follow me function on a quite organic line. So I want to draw this going upwards, right? So in order to do that, I need to move my view to this, to like a side view, and then we can draw a line going upwards. Okay, and after that we can draw a circle and sort of like attach it to the lines, and then we can use the follow me function and then just make it go all the way up, right? So you have that kind of form. Okay, now that next we have the scale buttons. So what if I want to scale up this whole subject? So what we can do is that select the whole thing. You must select the whole thing, and that then we can scale it up and down. Okay, we can also scale it sideways and upwards or downward. Okay, so the thing is, you gotta have to select the whole thing. If you just select one part of the plane, that's not gonna work. I mean, it still can work, but it will work like it would distort the whole thing. Unless that is your intention, that's fine. But if it's not your intention, you need to actually select the whole thing if you really want to scale the whole thing. It's worked the same way with the move tools and rotation tools as well, right? Next you have what we call an offset function. Now offset function particularly very useful for architecture, because it has it will make things easier when because it will make things easier if you want to build like a wall or an interior space, right? So you have your planes over here, and then you just click offset button, and that just drag it basically to determine where you want the second line to be. And after that you can actually use the push and pull button, and then just push it up, and that becomes your wall. So this particular offset button is really useful for architecture. Now this axis is basically you use to reorientate the drawing axis. Technically you change the axis, so we're not going to do that. This is what we call a flip button, right? So if you click on a particular subject, right, and then you want and then you click the flip button, is actually help you to flip the thing. So if you move these green lines over here, it will flip the other ways, and if you move the red lines, it will flip the other ways, and if you move the blue line, it will flip above and below. And if you click it again, you will flip it again, right? If you flip it and then you click it again, it will go back to its original place. So this is what we call a flip function. It will flip it like a sort of like a mirror kind of function. Okay, next we have the measurement tools. This tape measurement tools is basically just to measure any distance. So you can see the distance over here, right? So you have one point, click on, and then you click on another point, or you just move your cursor to the next point. It will show the measurement or the length of that particular line at here, right? And if you just click it, you will have it there. Okay, this is the dimension tools. Is actually creating dimension line, right? It's pretty straightforward. This is a protractor. Is actually to measure the degree that you have on any particular tool line. So you have 90 degree, so we just we just do that measurement just now, and it's actually 90 degree. Okay, now this is an annotation functions. So by default is actually will show the area of the plane, and if you click on the line, it will show the length of the line, but really you can actually change the text as well. For example, just text length, things like that, and then you just click on any other surface, and it will finalize the thing. This is a section tools. the function is basically to create a section, so you can move this section plane and it will show the section for that particular drawing. It's very useful to produce a section drawing. To actually work with a section function, you need to pull out the section toolbar. One way to do that is to just click on the toolbar and then go to section, and then you will have this kind of toolbar, and that will disable the disable and enable the section plane. You can turn it on and off, right? You can you can change how the drawing appear as well, right? So if you click that, it will make the section disappeared, and if you click here, they will turn it on and off, but the section will remain there, you know, as long as you haven't deleted it. But if you click on it and you press delete, it will delete the whole section function. Okay, there you have it. That's the second part of this tutorial. If you haven't watched the first part, you're gonna have to watch it as well. I'm actually explaining from this function all the way to the arch. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.